Hello everyone. So today is the 14th June, which is the World Blood Donor Day. Each year it is celebrated and it was first organized in 2005 by a joint initiative of the World Health Organization and the International Red Cross Societies to raise the awareness of the need for safe blood and blood products, and to thank blood donors for their voluntary life-saving gifts of blood. It is one of the 11 official global public health campaigns marked by WHO. The date was picked on to celebrate the birthday anniversary of Karl Landsteiner on the 14 June 1868, and Landsteiner was the one who discovered the ABO blood group system, and he was awarded the Nobel Prize for that as well. Focus on this year's campaign 2021, the World Blood Donor Day slogan will be "Give blood and keep the world beating." A special focus of this year campaign will be the role of young people in ensuring a safe blood supply. To support this, we are running this webinar in Edinburgh Napier Student Association. A couple of weeks ago, we did a Safe Life campaign, which included the requirements and eligibility of a blood donor. But today, we have some volunteer organization representatives. Actually, I have donated myself as well about 4 times this pandemic here to play my part in this noble cause. So one by one, we will be having our volunteer organization representatives with us who will be sharing their thoughts, what motivated them to support this noble cause. So here is our first guest from Give Blood for Good, an organization, a volunteer organization which was started by some of the students from University of Edinburgh, Martha Greenbank, who is a co-founder of that organization as well. Very welcome, Martha. She's here with us to share her thoughts. So, Martha, what brings you to this Give Blood for Good organization?
So we started in October 2019 at the University of Edinburgh. I'm actually a graduate of there kind of 3 years ago, but me and my friend Hannah Smith started this after Hannah's brother died, and he was a really enthusiastic blood donor, and kind of through his life really encouraged his friends and family to donate. And so we kind of just continued that mission after he died in a kind of in a way to honor his life. And what a good way to do it, because every donation saves 3 lives, so it's a really rewarding kind of movement that we have. So we started that in October 2019 with a huge blood drive, which we kind of saw over like 200 people donate within like kind of 2-week span, which was just amazing. And the kind of response for that was like worldwide, like people that knew Patrick who were in New Zealand and Hong Kong and things like that, we donated all over the place. So that was really special to see. And then from that, we kind of realized how many people of our age in university or just out of school had no idea about the process of donating blood, and how easy and quick and not complicated it is. And we kind of wanted to kind of change that within on the kind of younger people, to just change the notion of what giving blood is, and hopefully get more people giving blood. Then we're now a full registered charity, and that happened in kind of April 2020, and we've kind of got a team now of 4 people, plus trustees and plus volunteers that work with us to try and encourage, kind of continue that mission to both give blood for good. So people, it's obviously a really good thing to do, which is where our name came from, and you're saving lives doing it. But also, kind of once you start giving blood, to give blood for good and continue until you're not able to, because there's thousands of reasons why you're not able to, and so if you can, you really should. So.
Yeah, well, that's right. And obviously, I have just said before that we have done one of the campaign a couple of weeks ago where NHS representative did came about and talk about what are the qualifications and what are the do's and don'ts for the blood donation. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts, and it's really very encouraging for myself as well, and hope it's going to be for viewers as well. The life, as you were saying, your friend's brother, and how he obviously, it's very sad that the way he had passed away, but the life he lived in the very young age, and how he is inspiring just by with this short life, what he did, few of the deeds, is very encouraging for me and very enthusiastic for other students as well. So thank you very much for that. Is there anything else specific you want to urge to our viewers?
Well, other than we're kind of really focused on kind of students and people within the university kind of world, and it's always the opportunity to organise things like blood drives, and even do like a really small donate to your flat, things like that, that we are here as a resource to support you through that. So we can help you organise those things. So if there are anyone out there that did want to organise it, whether it's a huge one or whether it's just 5 people, we can help them out, answer any questions, and we all go through the NHS because they are obviously the people that do all the donations, but we kind of we understand more about being a first-time donor and what questions you might have, and ways to make it easier, whether it's go with your friend or go alone or whatever makes you happier about doing that. But we want to reassure everyone that it's not a scary process, and it's not hard, and really quick, and you save 3 lives, so why not?
Well, thank you very much, and thanks again for all of the viewers to you for this noble cause what you have started in quite young age as well, especially today, which is the day for World Blood Donor Day. Is the day to thank all the blood donors for their participation. Thank you much, Na, and we will move to our next guest. So here we have another guest from another organization, which is Scottish Halal Boyd Society, Atif Hussain. Hello, Atif, very welcome.
Hi, Ankit. Thank you for having me on.
So how are you doing? And obviously I heard a lot about your organization, that how good the project is going on for the blood donation. So if you can please share some thoughts to our viewers, how did it started and what motivates you and your other volunteers in the organization to play this part in noble cause?
Sure. So firstly, Ankit, thank you for having us on. I am a blood donation coordinator working for the Scottish Halal Boyd Society, who are a faith-based organisation working across Scotland. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate yourself and all other organisations who are taking part in raising awareness for this fantastic cause of blood donation, which often we take for granted. But each one of us at some point in our lives has had a moment whereby a family member, a loved one, a mother, a father, an uncle, or whatever it might be, they've had to go into a hospital and use a blood bank. And we all take these things for granted, but there wouldn't be any blood bank if there weren't any blood donors. And there wouldn't be any blood donors if organizations like yourself and all other organizations are working tirelessly to raise awareness and get people encouraged. I started my journey as a blood donor in 2013 when I took part in the Imam Hussein blood donation campaign organised by the Scottish Ahlul Bayt Society in 2013. Since then, we've expanded a lot, and a campaign which started off in Edinburgh has since expanded to Glasgow, Aberdeen, Inverness, Dundee, and we hope to continue the good work. What I would like to say to everyone who's watching and beyond, take a moment to think about little children that are born on a daily basis. Take a moment and think about the emergencies that take place on a daily basis. Those people need us more than ever before, and I think it's if you're fit and healthy, if you're able to, you should go out of your way to make sure that you play your part in saving the society and helping people save lives and spread the good word about this cause. If you can't donate, please encourage someone else to donate, because every little that you can do will go a long way in saving someone's life.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it means for this special day, which is the World Blood Donor Day. Thank you very much for your very motivating thoughts and your words. So I hope we will get more engagement for others to look at these webinar and get more engagement. Thank you very much for joining us and sharing your thoughts over here.
Thank you, MK. Thank you for having us on. Thank you.
So now we will move to another guest. And I invite Shivaji Rane to come and share their thoughts from Sundarinkari Mission.
Thanks for the invitation. Well, my personal inspiration to give blood comes from Sundarinkari Mission. Just to give a bit of background, Sundarinkari Mission is a spiritual movement dedicated to establish and maintain love, peace, equality, oneness, and a world without walls, without any prejudice or discrimination. Back in the 80s, after the departure of Baba Gurbachan Singh Ji in physical form by the cowardly act of some ill-intended hardliners, Baba Hardev Singh Ji led the mission with the narrative of blood should flow in veins and not in drains. Ever since, thousands of units of blood are donated by Sundarinkari volunteers across the world throughout the year. Till date, over 1 million units of bloods have been contributed. Thus, Sundarinkari Mission is living up to its basic ethos of one world, one family. Here in UK, there are regular camps held at various branches, including the one in Glasgow. I'm deeply grateful to Sundarinkari Mission for the inspiration behind giving blood. And thanks again for inviting me.
Thank you very much for sharing very valuable thoughts, and that's quite inspiring that bloodshed will not give a peace to the world. So rather than the message you just brought up is the blood should flow in veins, not in drains. So that's a very inspiring how you can support the community rather than taking a revenge, put it for the peace. Finally, to wrap up this webinar, blood donation is a great act of kindness. And if you are 18 years old or above, fulfill the requirements, you should definitely take part in this act of kindness. I once again thanks to all our guests for sharing their motivational reflections and express my gratitude to blood donors on this World Blood Donor Day. Thanks for joining.